am Keisha Kirby, and today we're going to cover hair structure, the hair shaft, and the layers of the hair. The structure of hair. The study of hair is trichology. The integumentary system covers the hair, skin, nails, and the glands. Hair is divided into two parts, the hair root and the hair shaft, which we'll be covering both of them today. The hair root is the part of the hair that is located below the surface of the epidermis, the hair in the deeper layers of the skin. The hair shaft portion of the hair that projects above the epidermis, which is visible. Remember, the hair shaft, it projects above. It is above the epidermis, which your eyes can see. That is visible. And your hair root is below the epidermis. Structures of the hair root. There are 5 main structures of the hair root. Before I give them to you and describe them, I want to give you a fun fact. Whatever you eat can affect your hair growth. Eating protein helps. The hair follicles is the tube-like depression or pocket in the skin or scalp that contains the hair root. The hair bulb is the lowest part of the hair strand. It is the thick club structure that formed lower of the parts of the hair root. Again, your hair follicles is your tube-like depression that contains the hair root. Your hair bulb is the lowest part of the strand. It is going to be your thick, clubbed shape structure. That is the lower part of the hair root. Your next one is going to be the dermapilli. Your dermapilli is a small cone-shaped elevation located at the base of the hair follicle that fits into the bulb. It contains blood and the nerve vessels, the nutrients that the hair needs to grow. Then you have your sebaceous glands, which are the glands in the skin that contains 2 follicles which secrete your fatty or oily sebum, which is called sebum. Then you have your arrectopili gland. It is the small involuntary muscles in the base of the hair follicle that when you get cold, it causes goosebumps. That's what makes your hair stand up. The hair shaft. The hair shaft is made of 3 layers. You have your cuticle, which is your protector, which is your outer layer, the outermost layer of the hair shaft. It is described as shingles or the rooftops. Think of your shingles on your roof, because you want them to always be closed or slightly raised, but if they're completely raised, the hair is damaged. It makes up 10% of the hair's weight. It protects the cortex. It is known as the protector. It protects the cortex. The cortex is your middle layer or your inner layer. It has fibrous proteins that is formed by elongating cells containing melanin and pigment. It makes up about 90% of the total hair weight when it comes to the cortex. The elasticity of the natural color are results of unique protein structures located within the cortex. The changes involved in oxidation, hair coloring, wet setting, marcels, the thermal styling, pigment, permanent waves, hair coloring, relaxations, any of those chemicals all take place in your cortex. Then you have what's called your medulla. The medulla, the innermost layer. It is the innermost layer. It composed of round cells. It is quite common for very fine hair or naturally blonde hair to lack a medulla. lack or not to have a medulla. The medulla cannot be used in a salon. It is not allowed in any hair services. And I noticed the student put allowed. It's not that it's not allowed. It doesn't play any rule. No rules, no role, no part. Because everybody does not have a medulla. Now, if you have a beard or thick hair or dark hair, you have a medulla. A medulla is also known as the core or the pit. It can be referred to or also known as the core or the pit. So again, the hair shaft is made up of the cortex, the cuticle, and the medulla. And I'm going to say it in order. It is going to be the cuticle, the cortex, and the medulla. Now we're going to talk about the side bonds. The side bonds of the cortex. You have your hydrogen bond, you have your salt bond, and you have your disulfide bond. Your hydrogen bond is your weak bond. It is broken easily by water or heat. The example for that is going to be wet setting, meaning they came in and got a shampoo and got a roller set. Then you got your flat ironing, or if they came in and got a roller set and you put them up under the dryer, the heat from the dryer, or if they got a blow dry round brush. All of those things are broken by hydrogen bond. It is a weak bond and is broken by water or heat. Hydro also means water. Then you have your salt bond, which is also a weak bond. It is broken by the change in the pH, a strong alkaline or an acidic solution. Also accounts for about 1/3 of the overall weight. Then you have what's called your disulfide bond. Your disulfide bond is broken by water, but it is definitely noted that it is broken by chemical period, a chemical service. A chemical service can break the disulfide bond. Then you looking at your lanthonium bond. That lanthonium bond, it is broken by hydroxide relaxers only. Your lanthonium bond, your lanthonium bond, it is only broken by hydroxide chemical relaxers only. This is principles of hair structure, and hair shaft. This is student made.